4, 3, 2, 1, and they can probably hear the countdown, but that's okay. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Factor, and welcome to this special interview with Richard Hart. You know the man, he's been here for a few times. We're going to talk about so much stuff. Richard, welcome, man. Really appreciate you doing this again, man.
Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and this is on the new channel. This is the second interview on this channel. We did an interview on the first channel years ago. So I'm really excited, man, having you back and everything. Last time we had an interview, we were talking about Hex. I remember I got a community Hex sent to me, $180, and we're going to talk about what happened to that in a bit. But yeah, man, it's good to have you back. If it's your first time here and you're watching this channel is all about cryptopreneurship. It's for cryptopreneurs. So do check out some videos on this channel, and if you like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button, notification button. If you don't like anything you see, hit the dislike button on this video, or hit it twice and hit the like button.
I think it helps the algo, actually.
It does, man. It does. I always try to get people to do like or dislike. But I hate big.
Hey guys, can I get your opinion on stuff? I never do that. But to tell you the truth, it's like, guys, I don't really care about your opinions, really. I don't. You're watching me because I'm teaching you stuff. I'm not watching you because you ain't teaching me stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I probably should. I should probably at least tell people not to comment so that they do. I don't know. Experiment.
Oh, the comments are just not. The chat is just going like crazy. I'm getting some spam from this guy that keeps on making accounts though. If
hide on channel. I just
I did it before,
hide.
but I'm waiting for my monitors to come here as well. But yeah, let me just.
You can right click people you recognize and make them mod.
Yeah,
like in the chat
I have
window.
a few people, but no one's here yet. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
I mean, look, if you want, you can mod me and I could help, but whatever.
Yeah, are you in the chat?
Works out on its own. Not, but I could be.
All right, cool.
Give me the link. Just send me the link real quick. Just send me the link real quick.
Yeah, I need to get out of this thing. Give me a second. All right. I guess the easiest way to find
I'm
is
in no
on
rush.
Twitter.
Man. No rush. Oh yeah, I can get the link myself. I already have the link. Good point, bro.
All right, cool. I didn't want to say that. I just wanted to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for not making me look silly. Yeah, so my username is like youtube.com/RichardHart. But I'll just type in the chat.
Yeah, just say hi or something. It's cool that you're in the chat. Maybe you see like a question later on that you want to answer.
Yeah, sure.
Well, so.
Yep. Okay, here's your tweet. And then here's the YouTube link. And then now it's live. Now I mute it so people don't have to hear it twice.
I got one more guy who can help here. Hook me up. Let me add
I'm here. Mod. I'm here. Mod me.
Why don't I see you?
There we go. I just typed I'm here, mod me.
Do you see your chat? I guess there's a little bit of a lag here. There you are.
Yep. And so now
you can.
I will just right click, or I guess 3-dot click these dudes that are spamming. Sorry, everybody. One moment, please. Richard has to drop the ban hammer on the noobs here.
I'm honored to have you as a moderator on my channel. I probably.
My pleasure.
Please
like
feel free to come anytime you want.
So we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you
we're good.
Yeah, okay, cool. My audio is slightly lower. Cool. Let me just put it up there a little bit. How is that better? My volume should be better now.
I mean, we're both.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about Pulse Chain. We're going to be talking a little bit about Hex later on, and we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency and doing an AMA, answering some questions. Really excited about this, and I want to get straight to the point. Well, actually, I want to ask how you are, man. I see you on YouTube, but how are you in general, man? How's life?
I mean, I always wish everything was better, which is so silly. I had one happy day. I had a happy day.
Mm-hmm.
I had one day where I was walking around smiling, actually. It was, we raised 23 million for SENS.org.
Mm-hmm.
We're still raising money for them now. There's money coming in constantly, constant stream of money going in there. And I was like, yep, finally did it. And now today we released the code. So we've got about $300 million sacrificed. We've got 23 million plus to charity. I need to get new numbers from them because who knows? Maybe some big wires hit. Who knows? And we released the code. It's on GitLab now, gitlab.com/PulseChainCom.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 30 plus thousand users in the Pulse chat, and we've only got 25,000 in the Hex chat. And I'm wearing a Hex shirt, and I've been talking about Hex for years and years, about 3 or 4 years now. And the Pulse chat room is already larger than it already. And it's going wild, man. Hex went up 386,000%.
Because there's proof of concept. People want to get in now. There's proof of concept. I mean, look, whether you like Hex a lot or not, you cannot deny price. You cannot. It's just successful. I mean, I was given, $180, what was it, 5-6 months ago? Maybe not even that. And it's somewhere around, and I'm actually staking it, so I'm not even sure how much it's going to turn out to, but right now, that money, it's actually worth 3,564 euros. Euros, not even dollars. This was $180. 3,000 is about $4,000.
All right, 4,000.
$4,000, dude.
Times 1.2 over, let me add a 0, or times 10. All right, so $4,800 in dollars if you got 4,000 euros, right? You said you have about 4,000 euros?
3,500 euro.
Okay, let me do that math then.
I just rounded it up to $4,000.
It's 4,200, and then you had 100. How much was your
$180?
180.
Yeah.
You're up 23x before.
It's insane. It's insane. And I actually, because I staked for 1 year, 5 years.
Apparently my audio is broken.
No, I can hear you properly.
You know what this is, man? I'm telling you, I'll tell you what's going on right now.
Okay.
And this is going to suck because you're going to have to fight this. Why is it saying Richard fight audio and saying reverb and stuff? Oh, do you have your window open twice? You don't have another YouTube window open,
No, of course not.
Okay.
Maybe they can.
Well, everyone's saying reverb, man.
Maybe they can hear you through my microphone, I guess. But.
Oh yeah, maybe you don't. Yeah, you're not in headphones, so just turn your speakers down. You know.
That's a good idea.
Turn your speakers down, and then they're not going to hear me through your speaker twice.
Yeah, I guess that'd be better. If this continues, I'll just put some headphones on.
Put headphones on, bro. Trust me, it's better. I'm wearing headphones.
That's a better solution. Just put some headphones on.
It's better, dude. Just wear headphones. Yeah.
Today's sponsor.
Yeah, everybody says it's fixed now, by the way. But put headphones on anyway, man.
Yeah, I'll put them on, man. It's okay. Well, I'm gonna take them off because I'll take them off when we're talking about Pulse.
Look, everybody says it's fixed.
Yeah.
So
okay. All right. We'll do that then. And I'll wear them if I
see literally like 1 million fixed in there.
Right.
So we're good.
Cool. So that was the issue right there. So yeah, and then I staked it for a year, 5 years, and 5,555 days. But a couple of weeks ago, I decided to buy some more to check it out to see because I wanted to do another video in maybe a couple of months. I didn't want to wait for a year to do another video, and so I bought something like $200. Let me have a look real quick. This is actually funny. I bought something like $200, and it's already up to 430. I'm like, what just happened here? Everything's going down. So there's no lying. Price is going up. Whatever it is, it's working, man. So.
Well, I know exactly what it is because I designed it. It's the best designed cryptocurrency in the world.
It does an amazing job of making you money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very, very, very cool. And
it's doing exactly what it was designed to do.
Yeah, make money. That's it. So anyway, what I do want to talk about is a little bit about Pulse. I'm getting all these questions from my audience on other videos because we talk about Hex, we talk about your channel. And, I want to know more about Pulse. And I know you probably answered this already, but let's just keep it very simple, stupid, like you're talking to not a 15-year-old because they're probably, like you're talking to a 5-year-old or maybe a little bit older, or my puppy, which is just walking by. What is Pulse?
So Ethereum, it's pretty cool. Ton of coins have launched on it. A ton of coins operate on it. And it's worth $200 billion. It's good. Ethereum's good. Now, the problem with blockchains are once they fill up, They're not good anymore.
Hmm.
Ethereum filled up. A couple months ago, it was $300 to do a Uniswap swap, $100 to send an ERC20, $50 to send Ethereum. None of those numbers is okay. None of them. And even today, the fees, even in the bear market, are still too high. So applications built on Ethereum that may use more gas than some, they no longer can function. No one can afford to use them. So Pulse Chain is a fork of Ethereum that has the exact same or nearly identical system state, which means that if you have ERC20s on Ethereum, you will now have those ERC20s on Pulse Chain, except they'll be called PRC20s just to make it easier to tell on what chain they are. If you have Ethereum, you're going to get free Pulse. Now, if you don't move your Pulse to a new address, it's going to get deducted again. It's freemium. You're going to have it for a while, and then it's getting taken back. Now, if you want to keep it, and you don't want to get the value removed again, you got to move it to another address. Because we're not rewarding people for apathy. We're only rewarding people that are, I guess you can say the ERC20 guys will be rewarded for apathy because there's no like take back for that stuff. So I guess some ERC20 guys are going to get a free ride. And there's other breakthroughs. So it's the world's largest airdrop that's ever occurred. More than 10,000.
Richard, are you with us, man? You just paused.
I'm here.
You're here now.
I'm
Okay,
here.
okay. It just froze for a second.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It's probably the haters trying to stop the stream.
Nah, it's just,
No, I'm kidding.
you know how the internet is, man. So the
largest airdrop in the world, getting rewarded for having
largest airdrop in
ERC20.
the world. We're gonna re-enable use cases that were priced out. We're gonna lower Ethereum's fees by removing load from it. We also are going to save the environment because right now Ethereum harms the environment to mine transactions using proof of work. We get rid of the proof of work. We use proof of stake. We're beating Ethereum 2.0 to market with better software than Ethereum 2.0. If Ethereum 2.0 ever launches, people are going to lose millions of dollars to bugs. People have already lost millions of dollars to bugs in Ethereum, and we figured out what to fix, and we fixed it. And now you much less often hear about bugs from code. You hear about rug pulls all the time. And you hear about you still hear about some people using it wrong, but it's because they're using it wrong. It's not because the core code has problems.
Yeah.
So the battle tested Ethereum code is the most tested code that's out there for smart contracts and EVM. So, let's use that battle tested code. Let's stop destroying the environment. Let's give everyone 10,000 free new coins. Let's re-enable the priced out use cases. And then the staking, the proof of stake, is built in a better way. So in Ethereum 2.0, you have to have 32 Ethereum to be a validator, which is $64,000. And you've just bought yourself a full-time job. You need to run a server with good connectivity. And if a cosmic ray hits your CPU and flips a bit, you lose money. If you have downtime, you lose money. And so you bought yourself a job for 64 grand. So what does everyone do? They do the opposite of why crypto was invented, and they give their money to a middleman, a counterparty, someone else, and they go, you do the mining for me. You do the validating for me. And we've already seen 100,000 Ethereum get lost that way. That's $200 million. We've seen $200 million get lost because they literally just lost the private keys. They lost the private keys. That's what they say. Maybe they stole it, but they say they lost it. Wow, that's a bad design. You know that design is going to introduce centralization. You know it, and that's the opposite of why crypto was invented. It was invented to get rid of centralization and middlemen and people losing their money and counterparty risk. It's disgusting. So Pulse Chain does it better. You just delegate your stake to somebody else. You can change who you're delegating it to once per day, and then you get a percentage of what they make in their fees. And on top of that, there's no inflation. Ethereum has inflation. Ethereum 2.0 has inflation, I think, if I remember correctly. And then, where does the staking or validation rewards come from, right? It comes from inflation. So in our system, there's no inflation. There's deflation. The coins get burnt. 25% of the fees get burnt. And so it's better for the environment. It's got better price performance due to a better design. It introduces less centralization. It proves Ethereum. Our developers have already committed code to the main Geth Ethereum client, which is 90% of the Ethereum network. And those exchanges have already been rolled in, and it's likely that that will continue to happen because open source means that people have to make the code better. And there's only 5 guys working on Geth. Well, it's a good thing my guys are here to help because we're going to make Ethereum better and we're going to make Pulse Chain better. And everyone's going to win together. It's beautiful. It's absolutely awesome.
No, it is exciting. I am very excited. I have to admit, I'm excited about it, man. But I do have a couple of more questions for you. And then I do have the devil's advocate as well. And you know that I have that, but I know you're ready for everything. So it's pretty cool.
I'm ready.
So my first question is, okay, so who got free coins? I heard something, anybody that had MetaMask, or is it...
Well, it's everybody on the Ethereum network. Everybody. Absolutely.
In any wallet?
Yeah. So let's say you've got some Hex. Now you're going to have Hex on Ethereum network and on the Pulse network. Let's say you've got some Hex stakes, which I know you do. Now you're going to have Hex stakes on the Ethereum network and the Pulse network.
Oh, cool.
And then the market is going to decide which ones are valuable, which ones are more valuable, which ones are less valuable. And there's some really exciting things that are going to happen. For instance, stablecoin. Tether was fractionally reserved when the Polish government seized $600 million from their Polish bank account. Didn't lose its peg. Still held $1. So we have proof and evidence that stablecoins can hold their peg when they're fractionally reserved. And so the question is, how fractional can that reserve be and they still hold their peg? What about a zero reserve? What about no redeemability at all? Will that work? And I'll tell you a funny story. And this will really, really get you thinking. There's these things called Unisocks. So the founders of Uniswap, for fun, printed socks with Uniswap written on them. And they're called Unisocks. And they just made a pair with Ethereum in the socks. And they were trading against each other. And so guess what happens? They're interchangeable. You can exchange socks for Ethereum. You can exchange Ethereum for socks in the Uniswap pair. Ethereum price goes up 20x.
Yeah.
Makes the socks $40,000 a pair.
That's insane. It's the most expensive socks in the world, probably.
Now, knowing that that mechanic exists now that you've seen $40,000 socks, I wonder what these non-redeemable stablecoins will be worth. I don't think it'll be zero unless the admins use their admin keys to invalidate them all. And then their users might sue the heck out of them for jacking them of the money that they could have been worth. Yeah. Who knows? This is really crazy, really interesting stuff. So, I mean, I cannot wait to find out. And then some coins will be more valuable on Pulse than on the Ethereum network because they can't function on the Ethereum network. They're priced out. They can't afford to function.
It makes sense.
They can afford to function here.
That makes sense. There's a lot of projects going to be very excited. It's kind of like you literally found a way to Binance, but on the you're getting people to move to your blockchain automatically, and they're already there. All they have to do is they swap. It's like you're just getting everyone on the blockchain.
You literally just change one setting in MetaMask. You go into MetaMask and you change one setting. And instead of pointing to Infura servers, which is the default Ethereum mainnet, you point to some other servers. You change one network setting, and now all your coins just work. All your keys just work. You don't got to do anything.
All right. So I have so many questions, man, and I really want to get into this. So I tried sacrificing as an experiment the other day, and I did a sacrifice. It was actually very easy. I'm going to probably do a how-to video on it. I think some people already have, though. You go, so you basically go, you sacrifice some coins. I've done that. Where and when do you see your pulse?
Well, you need to wait for the mainnet to exist.
Okay.
So right now, there's 2 ways to get points. You can give money to charity for medical research to the SENS Foundation, sens.org. They are a registered 501c3 in the United States, and they are a registered charity in the UK. And they've got partners in Canada and some countries in Europe that will allow you to donate to their affiliated charities, and the money will end up with SENS. Right now, for every dollar value, time-weighted dollar value that you sacrifice, you get 10,000 points, and 1 point equals a pulse, basically, is the plan. Now, tomorrow, that rate, it takes 5% more to get the same 10,000. So you're gonna have to have sacrificed 5% more dollar equivalent in order to get the same 10,000. And then the next day it's another 5%, and the next day it's another 5%.
How do I know where I sacrificed? Because I sacrificed, but I'm not sure what happened.
Well, I mean, it's very similar to just sending. So if you're on the Ethereum network and you just send, it's on the blockchain. We can see it. Your address sent to the valid address on Pulse
I just
info.
used the address that was on the website. Was that sense? Was that the
If you sent to
charity?
sends, it's a different thing. So if you sent to the address on sends, you need to have emailed them before you did that. Otherwise,
Ah,
they don't know that it was you.
okay. It is what it is.
Now you might still be able to make it up to them. Like go and email them now and say, "Hey, this was me," and I can prove it. I can sign
Yeah.
stuff. Like, but really, man, you should have emailed them first.
It's
Um,
okay. It's
okay.
I think they do cancer research, right? They do
Yeah. Well,
immunity.
they
Yeah.
they do they do research that will prevent cancer and in some cases cure it. Yes.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Just for the I'm fighting cancer as we speak. I mean, I fought cancer when when I first met you. I think I went through cancer already, and we did an interview, and then it came back. Well, then my mother and sister also died of cancer after that. But anyway, it's a different story. But now it came back. Unfortunately, it's aggressive non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. But here's the difference, and this is why it's important. See, back then I did chemotherapy and bone marrow transplant, and right now all I'm doing is taking these pills, Imbruvica, or if you can see them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ibrutinib is the American, and also the what's in it. And these pills for a day, right? And within days, my lymph nodes that were swollen here and my eyes all puffy out. It was in my head and everywhere, man. It was really bad this time. It spread everywhere. And in a couple of days it was better. And in a week or two it's not even showing. And that's these very minimal side effects. Do you have any idea how much these cost? I take
I mean, it sounds like they should be worth about 10 grand.
more. I take 4
Mhm.
pills a day. Gonna be taking them for a year to a year and a half, depending. 4 pills a day is 1,000. Each pill is $487. If you do the math, $487 times 4 in a day, and do it times 30, it comes out to what, 15,000 somewhere there? Maybe more,
Probably, yeah.
right? And that, if you have insurance, you pay what? 20% of that? You have to be rich to
Don't
take
know.
these drugs. The only reason I
Wow.
get them, I got approved, I get them for free. So this is how, and I know they can get cheaper, right? To give everyone a chance. I know people that wish they could get this. People are taking this and
Right.
selling it in the black market. So it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane what's going on, and that the blockchain should
Well,
probably help with that.
I'm glad that you found something that was probably better than chemotherapy.
Oh, it's much better than chemotherapy. Along with positive mental attitude, faith, nutrition, and a little bit of exercise, of course, dude. It's
In the
working, I'll tell you that.
in the United States, the typical cost of ibrutinib
Yeah.
is $148,000 a year, says Wikipedia.
There you go. It's insane. Now, that said, there's something else. I'm getting my bone marrow transplant. I'm supposed to get it from someone else this time because it didn't work the first one, obviously, which is very dangerous, and I might have to get that. But by September or next year, if I'm lucky, there's a new method coming to Greece from America, of course, where they take your cells out, they take out my lymph nodes, they reprogram them, they put them back inside you, and those kill cancer.
Great.
It's insane.
Awesome.
And being someone that went through it, I can't possibly explain how much pain, agony, stress, emotional pain, and how many side effects you don't get. How important this is. So I was very excited
That's
when
what
I
I want
heard.
to do, man, is I want to create more of that in the world.
Dude,
We need
it's
more
I'm
progress.
very
We need
excited
more
when I heard
medicine.
about that, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
23
anyway,
million so far.
sorry.
$23 million.
That's
real
crazy.
money in
It's
the bank
really
account
cool,
so
man.
far.
It's really cool. It's really cool. We think we have the same motive. I roll health. Sorry, that actually is my dad from hospital. I need to take this. Can you
Go
take
ahead,
over
man.
for a second?
I
I'm
got
so
you,
sorry,
bro.
man.
I got you, man.
Let me
Just mute if you don't want people to hear
yeah,
it.
let me just mute both of.
You're not muted. You're not muted. You're not muted, bro.
I'm not sure if I was muted or not.
Oh, maybe you were muted for them.
But now I can't hear you.
YouTube, but Oh,
Oh wait,
that's
now
funny.
I can hear you.
You muted me in our chat, and then you muted yourself.
Yeah, I got panicked.
Like, whatever.
My dad is
All
in the
good.
hospital. He broke his hip.
Oh,
And because he's
that
getting
sucks, man.
dialysis 3 times a week and everything, he's in the hospital, and I thought it was something that happened. It's the only one that's going to ring. I've been going
Yeah.
through a lot, man. He has his heart problem,
I can
dialysis. I'm
tell.
taking care of him, but now he's in hospital. So here's a lesson for everybody watching. If you're a cryptopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to make it in life, you got to keep on going. The show
turn that
keeps...
speaker back down.
Sorry?
You got to turn the speaker back down, apparently.
Yeah. The show has to keep on going. The show must go on.
Yep.
Right?
It's probably good now. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anyway, so sorry about that, guys. By the way, it was kind of important. So the next question I have to ask is, you mentioned you have to move your coins, otherwise you lose them. Well, where do you move?
It's just to another address. You just make a new address. You go into MetaMask. You click Add Account. It makes you a new address. And you send your coins there, and then you're not going to lose them.
What about Ledger Nano S and Exodus Wallet and stuff like that?
Look, MetaMask supports all that stuff.
The MetaMask, so
everything
same thing.
That worked on everything that works on Ethereum should work on Pulse, because it's the same stuff basically, with some changes, improvements, and on a different IP. You know what I mean?
Do I send
so,
it?
There's.
Do people send it to an ERC20 address?
You don't need to move your ERC20s. They're not going to get taken back.
I'm confused. I thought you said you were going to get taken back if you don't move them.
The Pulse, yes.
The Pulse.
But the ERC20 is not.
Where do you send your Pulse to? A Pulse address or an Ethereum address?
You make a new. So Ethereum. So basically, Pulse is taking the role of Ethereum. So if you were on the Ethereum network and you wanted to move your Ethereum to a new address, you'd go to MetaMask, you'd click Add an Account.
Yeah.
You would copy the address, and then you click Send on the other one, and you send it over, and you just do the same thing on Pulse.
Okay.
Except you're on the Pulse network instead of the Ethereum network.
Right. So somebody would create a Pulse network wallet on MetaMask and send everything there, or it doesn't matter?
Well, you have to understand, your keys will access your coins on both networks. So you're using the same MetaMask, you're using the same keys, you have the same coins with very few exceptions. And so you just choose what network you're on.
Yeah.
And if you want to move your coins around on Ethereum, choose Ethereum mainnet. If you want to move your coins around on Pulse, choose the Pulse network that you added.
No, but that was my question. My question was, and bear with me,
Mm-hmm.
I have one Ethereum in MetaMask.
Apparently my volume is quiet. So is there any way to turn my volume up?
Yes.
Okay.
Try it now.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
All right. So we have, should be okay now. So
Okay.
let's say we have one Ethereum. Somebody has one Ethereum.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has one Ethereum on Pulse as well.
But let me give you some scale.
But let me just answer this question, please. I'm sorry. Again, it might be people are going to be asking this, Richard, and I have to try and explain.
Yeah.
So he has to move his Ethereum, if you will, all right, onto a new address. That new address, is it an ERC20 address or a PRC20 address, or does it not matter?
It's none of those things.
So
sure. So let's say you're on the Ethereum network. Pulse doesn't exist.
Okay.
Just Ethereum. And I say, you know what, Paul? I'm going to give you one Ethereum. But in 30 days, I'm taking that Ethereum back. And if you want to keep it, it better not be there to take back.
Mm-hmm.
And so you make a new Ethereum address and send all of the Ethereum that you had in that other account to your new address. And now, when I go to take that Ethereum back, it's not there.
Okay.
And you get to keep it because you put it in a new address.
Got you. So it doesn't matter. It's just
except on Pulse.
Okay.
It's the same thing, except now you're on the Pulse network, and what would have been called Ethereum is now called Pulse.
Okay. Do I send it to the Pulse network? Or
okay, let's try it again.
Or is it the same thing?
Hold on. I'm going to make you get it. It's okay. Let's pretend Pulse doesn't exist.
Okay.
I send you Ethereum. You make a new address in MetaMask. Have you ever made a new address in MetaMask?
Of course, I have multiple.
Okay. Then you just send it to a new address, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't take it back.
Okay.
Magically, I have the keys and I go to take it back, and then I can't because it's not there.
Got you.
Pulse is a literal copy of Ethereum system state. So whatever you had, almost everything, whatever you had on Ethereum, you're going to have on Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had one Ethereum in an account, you're going to have one Pulse in an account.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Now, after 30 days, the code is going to go, time for a fork. We're going to go pull back all that free Pulse you guys got. And it's going to go deduct the free Pulse from all you guys. But if it's not there to deduct, you didn't lose it. So you just send it wherever you want. I don't care. But if it's in the same address that it originally was, if you've got Pulse if you've got Pulse in an address that is the same as the address that happened when the fork happened, it's going to be deducted.
Yeah, okay.
And it doesn't matter whether they're new coins. Like if you send all your coins away and then put new ones back, it's going to come get that value. It doesn't care if it's the same coin. It's going to pull that value. Because if you want to keep, and by the way, listen, man, this might not be as big a problem as you think. Because let's say for fun that you had as much Ethereum as Vitalik. And you had 300,000 Ethereum. He was a billionaire 80 days ago, 90 days ago. April 14th, he was a billionaire. No, he's not. If you had as many Ethereum as Vitalik has, let's call it 300,000. And I told you today that if you sacrificed $1 of value or gave away like $1.25 of value to the Sens Foundation, and this is before volume bonuses, you get with volume and ranking, you're going to get bonuses as well. Forget those bonuses. Let's just say base rate. You sacrificed $1. You got 10,000 Pulse. Okay, what's 300,000 divided by 10,000? Let me look it up.
Look it up, or I could ask Siri.
Calc. 300, 1, 2, 3 over 10,000. It's $30. Okay. So let me tell you you might not have to worry about taking your freemium coins back. If you had $30, you're going to have as much Pulse minimum as Vitalik has.
Interesting.
From getting it for free. So,
Got you. All right.
You might not have to take, because I doubt you're going to be getting 300,000
right.
free Pulse because you don't have 300,000 ETH because you weren't a billionaire 90 days ago.
No, I wasn't. I wish I was.
So it's like,
maybe
we might not really have to worry about, can't lose my airdrop. But, your ERC20s, you're not going to have that same issue. So,
but still, questions are questions. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about audience. I'm talking about videos we make. So the question's a question now. Can someone add, or will someone be able? Okay, how would someone go to the Pulse chain on their MetaMask, for example? Is that something that's coming out or something already out?
Well, no, this is already built into. So MetaMask is designed to be multi-network, and it already supports many networks, and people use MetaMask on many networks. So you just click the top. I don't have MetaMask installed here, but you just click the top network thing that says like Ethereum main.
Yeah.
And then you can go to Rinkeby and the other test nets, and then you can go to custom, and you click custom.
Yeah.
And you're going to paste stuff in there. You're going to paste a new block explorer, a new chain ID, and a new URL.
Yeah, of course.
And then it's going to try and submit transactions to that.
Is that ready?
Network.
Is that already out, or will that be out?
Well, the code was just released today.
Right.
And so if you want to compile the code and run it, then you can run your own test nets now and connect to your own local Ethereum network fork, basically. So you can run the code now and start building and testing now and connect to it locally. But the actual public test net is not up yet.
Okay.
The server infrastructure is being deployed for that as we speak. And that's the next thing the dev team's working on. So
how long do people have to claim their tokens or to move their tokens?
Well, for Pulse, 30 days, but for everything else, forever. Because we're not introducing that mechanic into the system. We're not planning to.
Okay, what do you mean everything else? Because I'm a little bit confused.
All the ERC20s. So the freemium, you need to move it or lose it thing just applies to Pulse, the actual native token, which is replacing Ethereum on this network.
Oh, but not PF, for example.
All of the ERC20s, like Chainlink, Hex, you don't have to move it.
See, that was my confusion.
Yeah.
I thought I had to do it for all of them, or we had to do it for all of them there.
Now, look, that would be interesting game theory, But I don't want to add extra complexity, So it's interesting game theory. We'll think about it, but I think that the design that we have now is really fabulous. I don't think that we need to play the move your ERC20 or lose it game. It's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to think about it, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. So we have 30 days since 5 days ago to move Pulse?
Well, it doesn't exist yet. This is a mainnet issue.
So when it exists, yeah, you're right.
Right. So when the mainnet happens, you're going to know the date that the fork is happening so that you can get your life in order. And then before you're going to have a mainnet, you're going to have a public test net that developers are building front ends for these different apps so people can use them.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be able to use Uniswap on Pulse, make sure you got a front end that points to it. You want to be able to use Hex on Pulse, you got to have a front end that points to it. And so the devs need a little bit of time just to know that instead of pointing to the normal Ethereum nodes, you need to point to these Pulse nodes. So you need to have a little bit of time to do testing and on-ramp some front ends. And then you can announce a snapshot, or rather fork date, the block height of the fork, which is kind of a time. And then you have mainnet. And so, we've released the code publicly today. You can build your own nodes at home and start testing against them. And we will be releasing probably this next week public testnet. This is my gut feel.
This is amazing. It's true. I want to say thank you to HK for a super chat. Somebody else did a super chat earlier on. I wanted to say thank you, and I can't find his name now. But I do very much appreciate you for your super chats. It buys treats for my American Am staff. Well, I don't know if you've met him. He's right there.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Dog.
Yeah, he's my little puppy.
He's a nice dog.
Yeah, he's sleeping now. He brings happiness in my life. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. So, a few more questions, man. And I know I'm oversimplifying things, but a lot of people on my channel, they may be investors, they may be into big crypto, but they don't know the tech. I don't know. I'm a marketing guy. You know this. I'm the head of marketing for a fully licensed and regulated crypto exchange. I work higher management for an NFT platform, and I write books. That's what I do, and I have this YouTube channel. So I'm not that. I do understand things. I do staking and stuff like that, but I'm not that tech on that level, so to speak. So Pulse will be will Pulse be tradable? Like, can it trade on an exchange? Or on Uniswap?
So what is ideal is that Pulse and all of the tokens on the Pulse network launch at zero value, because in some countries, citizens are taxed on their income. And in some countries, income is derived of when you have dominion and control and the ability to sell and profit from a thing. And therefore, having a thing arrive into your dominion and control at zero value is really wonderful, because then your appreciation can be capital gains if ever you sell, and not, hey, give me money now stuff. Now, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, not a professional investment advisor, any of those things. Go do your own research, but this is the best of my understanding. Now, when the network is up and a little time has passed, a bridge will be instantiated, which will allow you to move things from Ethereum to Pulse. Once that bridge is there, because that bridge touches real world dollars, you're going to be able to get to real world dollars through Ethereum. Whether or not any exchange ever lists anything on the Pulse network is irrelevant.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. And it launches with Uniswap and SushiSwap and
so you can buy and sell it on Uniswap as well.
Yeah, you'll be able to get there. You might have to jump through one or two hoops, but you'll be able to do it. And then I assume that when the network is successful, which I feel that it is very likely to be, because the code is great and the community is great. We've already got two Pulse tattoos out there, and the code just came out. So that's,
that is crazy.
Dedicated. The Pulse chat room is 20% bigger than the Hex chat room, and it's been around 10 times less long.
Wow. A big thank you to XO Joe, by the way, another dedication. And I have a question underneath from B Roots. Thanks for the super chats, guys. Is it true that you bought an exchange? Thanks. I'm not sure if he's talking to me or you. I haven't. I work for
I
one.
have not. I am. How do I phrase this?
Thinking
I
about
think it
it.
would be really great if it were easier to get in and out of things with money, because people ask me all the time, how can I buy Hex? And I tell them, do this, do that, do this, do
Yeah.
that. None of it works.
Yeah.
It's like impossible to get it. And it's not Hex's problem. It's the problem of everybody else that has an exchange in the world. So with that being said, I know someone who is filling out all the paperwork and setting up all the infrastructure to have an exchange. And it is very likely that the word hex will be in its name. And, I don't like, there's a lot of people in crypto that sell you a whole bunch of stories. And I don't like that story stuff. I like to tell you about stuff after it's happened. So, like for instance, I was talking about, I knew people that were designing margin trading for Hex, but it never happened. It never finished.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens. That makes me angry. Like, I wish people could have shorted Hex on its 380,000% run up in a year and a half. I would have loved to have seen those haters get liquidated at higher prices than they ever thought possible. I look forward to having that opportunity again, since the chart appears to be curving up. So if anybody, like when Pulse comes out, boy, if someone wants to build some being able to borrow Pulse and sell it and then get liquidated, that would be fabulous.
I would love to see that exchange. Yeah, you're right. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do.
Yeah, right.
So
I'm super careful about
Yeah.
expectation of profit from the work of others. So I don't want anyone to ever have any expectation of profit from the work of others in anything that I'm involved with. And that's Hex, Pulse, anything. So you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others.
The Armadillos is asking, so we have to move Pulse that we got from the sacrifice too?
No. Nope. This only applies to the stuff that Ethereum holders got for free.
Cool.
I mean, there's
Awesome.
some edge cases here. Like if you're a liquidity provider, there's going to be an automated market maker like ratio fixer bot that goes and like fixes the ratios, because Pulse will be so much more plentiful, whereas Ethereum used to not be. And so those contracts need to have their ratios fixed. And so that bot is going to go through and basically buy a lot of these valueless free PRC20s. And then those PRC20 LPs are going to have more Pulse. And then it's going to either add that as liquidity in places where it got the coins, or it'll just put it into a fork, which is nice because like Uniswap V2 has an admin key and they can turn on a tax. The tax is 15% of any new LP that's added. And so it would be nice if this bot, when it harvested the PRC20s to fix the ratios and inject some PLS, probably about 2.5% of supply is my guess. If it put that in a new Uniswap fork, Uniswap V2 fork, that disabled that admin key crap, or turned it on at a low level to reward people in the ecosystem, or these variables that we can fix during the testnet, it'll make it so people, even if they didn't want the game to be played on Pulse, the game will be played. Oh, you don't like Pulse, you don't like lower fees, faster transactions, you want to pull all your liquidity. Well, unfortunately, you can't pull all your liquidity. I mean, you can pull your liquidity after the bot goes and fixes everything, but the game is very likely to continue being played. So it's smart. I've come up with some cool stuff.
It is cool, man. It is.
Yeah.
I got a couple of questions. Gabriel D says, Paul D is a saint. He put me into Hex 6 months ago. I know you must be
Good
happy,
stuff,
man.
Yeah.
So, let me see what's going on here. I got more questions. What about NFTs that are released on the Ethereum chain?
Same exact code.
So now so wait a second. So that takes
Very
away the
little
rarity
changes.
of NFTs.
Aww.
Is that a yes? No, I don't mind. Is that a yes?
It's hard to say. It really, it's a question of,
It might be a second one with a little bit lower value. It's interesting.
it is, no one knows.
This is fucking
Never happened
insane.
before. Yeah.
This is really
No one
huge.
knows.
This is like,
It's a big deal.
it's a turning point.
Yeah.
It's gonna be historical, Richard.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
It
historical.
is.
What happens to NFTs that are gonna be gasless ones? Okay, but the ones that release on and suddenly you suddenly have CryptoPunks on Pulse. This might
Two
be a
networks,
second
yeah.
chance as well.
It is going to be wild.
And his internet just paused right there because it is gonna be wild, and he's back. So
I'm back.
So you did that for dramatic effect. It is wild.
I don't know. I
And
don't
then
know
he
why
just-
the internet's being funky.
I'm getting like crazy super chats here. Thank you guys so much. That's really cool of you guys. I really appreciate it. And they're super chats with no questions. They're just here, take my money. They're like, that's just cool, man. I really appreciate that, by the way. So how do you delegate? Let's say I want to delegate my Pulse, right? Because you could delegate your Pulse
Yeah,
only probably.
there's a UI. You go to a website, and then the website allows you to choose who you're going to delegate to, and then you choose, and then you have a screen that shows you like how good you're doing, and the screen's already built and done, and you can see those screenshots at twitter.com/pulsechaincom.
You just sorry, that's available now.
Well, the screenshots are available. I've never actually used it yet. I'll be much smarter about it when I've actually used it. So I haven't
Okay, cool.
actually used it yet.
Please let us know.
Sure, I've just seen the screenshots.
All right. And
People
all
are
right.
asking if they can be a node. So the way nodes work is that there's going to be 33 nodes. And if you want to be a node, you can be one. Unless 33 other people with more stake than you want to be nodes. And then you don't get to be one. And that gets once a day, that gets updated. So it's a function of how much stake you have or can it get from other people. That decides who gets to be in that group of 33. And I don't know how profitable it will be. If the fees are very low, where are you going to make money? You're not getting a block reward. And you're only getting 75% of the fees because 25% of them are getting burnt. So I'm not sure how profitable it will be to run a validator. We won't know until we see how many users there are.
So I have another question. If this is successful, to my understanding, which I think it will be, but to what point I got to ask, with the tether and everything, could this contribute to a real inflation crisis with USD?
I don't think so, because they're not redeemable for dollars. There's no way the Tether or USDC is going to redeem this Forks coins for dollars. There's no way. So I don't think that it will create that type of inflation. But if they do have value, which I think they will, unless the admins just risk getting sued and nuke them all, the admin keys that those companies have. You do wonder. I mean, so the question is similar to like when 1,000 altcoins get created, does that reduce Bitcoin's value? Apparently it doesn't. Apparently the most likely probable thing you'll buy with your Bitcoin is an altcoin. Apparently the thing everyone spends their Bitcoin on is an altcoin. So, where you think these are competitive goods, a lot of times they're supplementary goods or complementary. So it is an experiment and no one knows the answer and we will soon find out. Nice,
very good. What about BSC chain? That has nothing to do with it because it's not an Ethereum blockchain, right?
It is. Ethereum Binance Smart Chain is very similar to Pulse Chain. Very, very similar.
So will you also get
differences are?
Oh my God! Tell me we're gonna have more Safemoons on Pulse and everything now. I'm not gonna be hearing the end of it. Really? Oh my God! Come on, Richard. What have you done? You just killed everything right now. I get too much of Safemoon already, man.
Well, now you'll have Safemoon on 2 chains.
Oh no!
Someone should have a shout out to the rapper 2 Chains and tell him, hey,
2 chains.
Richard
Yeah.
Hart is making you're gonna get coins on 2 chains. So here's the issue. There are coins that are going to be, in my opinion, more valuable in Pulse. If you have fake DeFi with admin key crap, and you have an admin that really actually controls everything, and you just beg him to not take the front end down and steal all the money or whatever, then who knows what chain that guy's going to pick if you have fake DeFi, right? And that's very common. It's very, very, very common. And then we don't know what value the stables are going to have. Maybe algorithmic stables are worth more because the algorithms are intact. Maybe the ones that have admin keys and aren't really cryptocurrencies, they're just corporate databases on the blockchain. Maybe those are worth less. I don't know. And then as far as you were talking, what was the thing right before the Safemoons? What was the question right before the Safemoons thing?
If the BSC network will also be...
BSC, sure. So here's the difference between Pulse and BSC. BSC was a fork of Ethereum that did not introduce its own native currency. It used one that already existed called BNB, which uses a different chain called Binance Chain. Binance Chain and Binance Smart Chain have nothing in common. They're 2 different chains. So here's the problem with that. That means that there's twice the attack surface or more because you have to run 2 chains instead of 1. And so we fixed that. We have 1 chain. We don't have twice the attack surface. Smarter. They don't actually burn coins. The BNB company, with their admin keys, chooses to burn coins sometimes, and they're stopping doing that soon. In our system, the coins get burnt by the software, not humans, and it continues forever. It doesn't stop, and it burns 25% of the fees. That's superior game mechanics. And we bring over system state. So whereas BSC launched empty and enriched copycats, so instead of BSC launching with state, they, instead of enriching the Uniswap holders by putting Uniswap on another chain and giving them Uniswap tokens and letting them perhaps, if they want to, turn on their admin key and reap rewards, they chose to make a copycat chain. And then instead of the original founders of Uniswap making money, all the copycat knockoffs got to get rich. So PancakeSwap comes along, copy pastes Uniswap, gets rich. Uniswap founders get nothing. It's less fair. It's less ideal. And so Pulse Chain rewards the original founders that deserve it, whereas these chains that launch empty rewards copycats, and usually the copycats do a worse job. Usually.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, really, this is Pulse is so amazing, dude. I'm not even sure the devil's advocate is even worth the time. But just to point out some stuff, and it really doesn't change anything, to be honest with you.
Give it a try.
Well, there's nothing to say. But okay, you mentioned.
Oh, by the way, one more thing. You ever heard of Matic?
Yes, of course.
They have admin keys. They can seize everybody's coins whenever they want. Freeze them.
Yeah,
Is that
know.
why you're in crypto? To beg someone not to take your money whenever they want? That's not why I'm in crypto.
Yeah, no, I totally
Pulse
agree with
Chain's
you.
not going to have any of that crap.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that. So you mentioned that the fees are much lower because the fees are higher on Ethereum, but the fees are getting lower. I mean, it's minimal right now, and with the release of 2.0, it will be even lower.
Let me know when that comes out.
Speculatively. Might take a year. They might train it for a year. Might happen tomorrow. We don't know that, though.
It ain't happening tomorrow, and it's very likely not happening in a year.
Also, you don't need 32 Ethereum to stake. You can use pools.
Yeah, which is what I just talked about, people losing 100,000 Ethereum on when the pool robs you.
Right. Ethereum has proof of concept and has the Ethereum Alliance. Already the big companies are in it, so it has things going for them. And it's also going to be deflationary. No, that's what I'm going to get to. That's what I'm going to get to. And it's also deflationary, especially in 2.0 once it starts burning ETH. But that's what I said right before I started. There's no point to play devil advocate because it's irrelevant. That's what I noticed while I was listening to you.
Yeah, let me look this up here.
So it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Someone's asking who is on the. I just missed that question. That was a good question. The crypto. Who is on the dev team? What are their qualifications?
Well, why don't you go to gitlab.com/pulsechain.com and go ahead and click their profiles and see what other repositories they run, and go see how their code has been merged into the core Geth code that is 90% of all Ethereum nodes. You don't need me to tell you.
There's somebody here. There's somebody here trying to be. All right. The crypto 4. Okay, this is number 4th question. I missed the first 3. Let's just start from here.
Okay.
What will be the max supply? This if 1.16 trillion or 10k Ethereum supply for every $1 sacrifice, you get 10,000.
Well, the
Yeah, it's
max
crazy math
supply
here.
isn't yet known because it increases as people sacrifice more. So the larger the USD value of the sacrifices, the higher the supply will be. And then once that phase is over, we will know a max supply. And there's some little variables like, the bot that's going to go fix the AMM ratios that I estimated at about 2.5%. 2.5% of what? We don't know the big number yet. So you're going to know basically what the supply is going to be once the sacrifice phase is complete. And you've done all the math for which people got bonuses and how big and all that stuff. And you got to do it across a bunch of chains. It might take 30 days to do that math because beating the information out of these chains is a little bit hard. Might be able to get it done in 5, might be able to get it done at 10, but actually knowing how many people participated in the sacrifice phase in some chains is very hard because the tooling for these chains is garbage. So Litecoin and Dogecoin don't support HD wallets. So you have to hack and inject a bunch of public keys into the wallet DAT and then rescan the whole chain in order to even know whether a set of addresses was paid. It's just crazy. Like the concept that any of these things could ever possibly be used by enterprise is insane to me because you can't even tell whether you got paid or not. There's no way an enterprise can use that. You can't send batch sends. You can't this software is trash. The vast majority of blockchain software is trash. You have to have a developer team to be able to try and do anything. It's just insane. So yeah, it's going to take time to do that math. And by the way, let's be serious. What if the supply was 1 trillion, 10 trillion, or 100 trillion? Does it really matter? How much does it matter? Phex has 600 billion supply, working great. Crap like Safemoon, I think, has a quintillion.
Oh, please! I have like a reputation with the Safemoon army because I really don't like Safemoon. It's just I really pull them out.
I hear you. Yeah.
I don't appreciate black hat marketing. You know what I mean?
I don't appreciate copies of proof of weak hands from 2017 that have been proven to lose everybody's money.
Yeah.
So if you take the exact same idea from 2017 and you replay it in 2021, I don't like that. When everyone lost all their money, I don't like that.
Yeah, not only that, we're going to make an exchange. You keep your coins on exchange, your Bitcoin on exchange, and we reward you. Yeah, put your Bitcoin on an exchange from a new cryptocurrency that his mother doesn't even know about. And
lose that.
Yeah, lose your Bitcoin, sure.
You're going to lose it. Yeah.
And I get so much hate, man, for this, but it's crazy. Someone's saying something very important, by the way. Richard, Jose Urbina. Richard, I just want to say I love you. Big shout out. I love you.
Nice, man. Nice, Jose Urbina.
All right, I think my dog just got up. No, he didn't. He's just sleeping. He doesn't care. Okay, my point is, look at how SHIB trades. No, let's not even read that. Let me look up.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we just replace all of cryptocurrency with thousands of new cryptocurrencies that are pictures of different dogs? Green Inu, green Akita, purple Shibu, baby Shibu Inu.
My Bitbull.
When you see these things, you're just like, I don't want to be on this planet anymore. Like I don't want to participate in this. Like why is this happening? You pray for the bear market. You're like, oh, they're buying $1 million JPEGs. Okay. But they're not even actually buying the JPEGs because those would come with property rights. They're buying serial numbers loosely related to the JPEGs. And then sometimes the JPEGs aren't even hosted anymore. And then all they have is a serial number.
Right.
Really?
Well,
Is that what they're doing? Crazy.
let me pull up the Safemoon logo on the screen real quick. Just
If you like that, guess what? You got it all on a new chain.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
All right. By the way, I don't know if you can see my little emojis pop up, Richard, but I have this new thing here I'm playing with. It's called a Stream Deck, so I can just push this button and it should be. Check that out. Give a thumbs up.
Where is it? Where does it show?
You're probably seeing it with latency. So
I'm not watching your.
Oh, you're watching. Okay, well, everyone knows.
Yeah.
So if you did watch it, you just saw and liked this video. So please like this video if you're enjoying yourself. And guess what? If you really like this channel, you can subscribe.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm just playing around with this, man. The Safemoon logo was a pile of shit, by the way. That's what I pulled up. I thought it was pretty funny.
All right.
Okay. So do we have any more questions here? He has raised 200. I don't want to read that anymore. There's too many questions.
I'm going to read that. I got that one covered. You ready?
All right, please go ahead.
He has raised 200 million plus. Let's go check that number real quick.
I think that's low. I think you've raised a lot more.
Etherscan says 375 million just in the ERC20s, plus 1.2 million Ether, plus 23 million to the Sense Foundation for medical research. That's about 400 million, brother. Now let's get to his questions here.
See, Richard is never scared of answering questions, by the way. He's the best debater on the internet.
How will it be allocated? What percentage to development and what percent to founders? The answer is, fuck you. You get absolutely nothing. I will do absolutely no work for you. No one will do any work for you at all whatsoever. That's what's up. Oh, and 1% of the supply is allocated to a Genesis address that can waste it in any way they want. Waste it. Now, if you go to the website, pulse.info, let's go together to that website real quick. See, in crypto, no one's used to hearing this. In crypto, no one used to hearing that you shall have no expectation of profit from the work of others. I'm serious about that shit. So it seems like you here have a little mental problem where you're trying to have some expectations, and I'm going to squash that out for you real quick. No one's doing a damn thing for you. Nothing. You want ads? Go buy ads. You want the code to get better? Boy, get to typing. GitHub, gitlab.com/pulsechaincom. Start typing, homie, because ain't no one doing a damn thing for you. Now let's go to pulse.info real quick. Pulse.info. Let me read this site to you. The Pulse Chain Sacrifice is creating a set of people that believe free speech, word free is not there, that believe speech is a protected human right and blockchains are speech. Sacrifice to prove you believe.
You can share your screen if you want.
Fuck that. Why would I blow my OPSEC? What if I have porn on my screen or something?
I always show
over.
porn.
It's over.
Some of us would be interested in watching that.
All right. I got a wide variety available. So it's like when you sacrifice your coins, you sacrifice them, they're gone and they're not yours anymore. And you're not going to benefit from them. And you sacrifice them to support this political statement and join a set of people of like political mind. And guess what? We have a history of people getting free stuff. Uniswap tokens were given for free to people that use Uniswap. 1-inch tokens were given for free to people that use 1-inch. XRP was given for free to people who use Bitcoin. Hex was given for free to people that use Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash was given for free to people that use Bitcoin. Pulse is being given for free to people that use Ethereum. Pulse is also being given, the vast majority, for free to people that are in the sacrifice set. And you can join the sacrifice set by sacrificing to support this political statement or by sacrificing directly to a 501c3 registered charity to support medical research. And so if you create a new coin out of thin air, you can give it to whoever the fuck you want. And I decided this is who's going to be given these new free coins. And when you sacrifice, you will have no expectation of profit from the work of others, none whatsoever. And when this chain launches, it will have no value and none of the coins on it will have any value. That's where we're at. So shove your percentage bullshit up your ass. I'm sorry you bought a bunch of fucking ICOs you probably lost your money on. We don't do that here. I don't do that shit.
VS wants to ask if he's gonna get more Dogecoin.
I don't think so. No.
He's watching it. No Doge, right?
No.
On
Now
pause.
you'll get a bunch of those fake Doji Inu, Akita, blue purple baby.
He doesn't
Doge,
want those. He wants Doge. I'm
not
talking about
gonna
my
get
pit bull, by the way. You just jumped up.
Okay. Oh, that's a nice dog. Sorry for laying in, but I take this real serious, man.
No, I
Everyone
like
wants to
what you're
have
doing, man.
expectations.
I
They
like
wanna
it,
have
man. That's what I like
expectations.
about you.
They're not used to being told they're not getting them.
Yeah, no, it's. I think it's cool, man, and that's one thing I like about you, man. I always liked about you, is you're always real, man, and you always say things how they are, and yeah, man, I can relate to that. I don't swear as much, but I can relate to that.
I'm sorry about all the cursing, man.
No, you can say fuck, you can swear.
I really am trying so hard to not curse. And I have been doing a good job.
I saw one of your interviews, man. No. I
sometimes
saw one of your interviews with
not
BitBoy
good.
Crypto. Who was it? It was BitBoy Crypto.
There was so many F-bombs in there.
Oh my god, dude! That was like I was laughing my ass off. I couldn't stop laughing, dude.
I rewatched it.
I was
and
in
I was like, I don't
hysterics.
think I've ever cursed this much. What's going on here?
I was in
Insane.
hysterics, dude.
He was trying to say it was a family-friendly show, and he couldn't even say the words. Just dropped six F-bombs on him right there during that.
And after you said that, more F-bombs were coming, and it was like,
oh god, it was. Yeah, I cursed a lot in there. It was absurd. Yeah.
Guys, ask your questions in the chat. If anybody asked any questions in the beginning, obviously we're far way down right now. So if you want to ask,
let
again,
me answer. I can answer some of these questions, right?
Yeah, please. Please ask your questions as well. Again, if you
headlines are flooded with news of inflation concerns. Apparently, inflation is a 13-year high. What will happen to Hex, BTC, Ethereum, etc., if there's an inflationary economic crash? See, that's a weird conflation of terms. Inflation just means prices are going up. So what is an inflationary crash? Doesn't that mean prices are going down? So you have to choose one. Is it inflation, or is it stagflation, or is it a crash? Because a crash is deflation.
Yeah.
Prices go down.
Yes.
So like you got to be more specific, dude. And what I think is, who cares? Crypto is the best thing that's ever financially existed in the history of the planet. And whether it's a bull market or a bear market in the rest of the world, crypto is just getting ready for its next run. The last bear market lasted 364 days. Bitcoin went down to 3K, went up to 14, went down to 3.8K, went up to 65K, went down to 30K, and now it's hit support at 31,000 6 or 7 times. Dead cat, da, 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 da. Head and shoulders and shoulders and shoulders and shoulders and shoulders is my prediction.
I got a question. Somebody asked in the chat. I'm going to further the question a little bit more. Do staked tokens get a copy? If you have a,
yes.
They do, even if they're staked.
Doesn't matter. It's the exact same system state. So there's a very few couple changes because, you know, if I see like an obvious blatant scam and I can just be like, yeah, screw those scammers. Maybe they don't make it, right? Or if there's somebody that I just don't like, maybe they don't make it. I do whatever the hell I want, right? I'm giving away free coins. I can do whatever the hell I want. So, but in general, I want to maintain as many like parameters the same as I can because I like the laissez-faire kind of, we know this works. Let's not screw up stuff we know works kind of thing, right? So the vast majority of tokens and holders are going to be totally, you know, unaffected in their ERC20s is my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. And then if we run into some type of cool optimization or cool idea during testnet, sweet, like great, then we'll do the best thing, right? So his question was, what was his question again?
Well, his one was about Shiba Inu, but I'm asking if you get a stake.
Yeah, you're going to get duplicates of everything.
So
basically everything.
Will we be able to, Rated Hex asks, will we be able to trade our Pulse for other Pulse chain coins before the bridge?
Probably. You probably will be able to do that, yes. Because I would like to have the bridge come later just to make sure everyone locks in that zero value. Okay, you got Dominion and Control, but you couldn't sell it for anything. It didn't have any value. Sweet. Let's make sure that everybody knows that's how it was. Couldn't sell them for nothing. We got that locked in. okay, now people can do other cool stuff,
Here's an interesting
So
question. Do you think Pulse will outperform Hex?
it's really hard to tell. The chat room's outperforming Hex. Hex has been around for years. There's only 25,000 people in the chat room. If we go to t.me/pulsechaincom right now, or no, yeah.
All right, that answers.
There's 30,700 people in the chat. So it's already 20% larger chat room, and it's been around 10 times less long. And people understand the value proposition instantly. To explain Hex to people, for some reason, it is like hard. So Hex's game theory is amazing. It monetizes time. It monetizes delayed gratification. It is an absolutely wonderful, miraculous invention. And Pulse, for some reason, it's getting more. I mean, maybe it's the world's largest airdrop. Is why
it's more excited, dude. It's more exciting, dude. It's more exciting. More news on it. We don't know what's gonna happen. I'm more excited about Pulse and Hex. Not that it's a better product. I just think it's again. I'm telling you, it's gonna. Dude, I'll put it this way: even if Pulse completely fails, which I don't think it will, it's going to shape things and give more innovation, more ideas, or prove certain things in crypto. It is genius, dude.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
It is.
And we're making the world a better place. We're funding medical research that might save your life. $23 million is a lot of money, and I hope a lot more comes in. It might have already come in. I'm gonna go ask.
Here's a technical one, man. Out of the 75% remaining fee, how much is the delegator?
25 million, baby. 25 million. They're closing in on 25 million. Awesome.
Everything just moved.
Money keeps coming in, man. We're saving lives. I'm happy about it.
Hex is killing it. Richard, can you criticize? Okay. Someone's asking you to criticize or maybe say his opinion about Harmony One and Avalanche. Actually, I would like to hear about Avalanche.
I don't know what the hell Harmony One is, but Avalanche we already support for Sacrifice. So we had to build tooling in order to support different coins for Sacrifice. And if we go, I wish I had MetaMask installed. Do you have MetaMask installed? Can you go to pulse.info real quick and just click connect and then look at that list in the dropdown?
Sure.
Pulse.info. I dropped a link in the chat. Right. So you can see what you're seeing.
Wallet connected.
Yeah. And then just go to the drop down and just tell people what's there. That's what is supported for Sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then
Avalanche. So on Pulse, you can now sacrifice Avalanche, Binance Chain, Binance Smart Chain, BSC, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Dogecoin. Did you hear that, Diaz? Yeah, okay. EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, Polygon, Ripple, Stellar Network, Tron, and Zcash. I really wish you added more coins that I want to get out of, which I can't.
Well, on those pairs, so for instance on Ethereum,
yeah,
you can get rid of Uni and Maker and wrapped Bitcoin and
anything like that, yeah.
Like a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of different coins supported, and I need to publish a list of like assets on TRX that are supported as well. So right now it's just like TRX, the native token, but they also have coins on there that may have liquidity. So like maybe they should be able to be sacrificed as well. But instead of doing and looking at those things, I'm doing live streams right now, and I have finite time. So
cool. Do you need anything else from here, or?
I think XMR is there, and Lumens and EOS, and I think you missed a bunch, dude.
No, dude. All I'm seeing is wait.
You're not seeing EOS and all these things?
I said EOS, but let me go through it again. Avalanche, Binance Chain, Binance Smart Chain, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Dogecoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, Polygon, Ripple, Stellar Network, Tron, and Zcash.
Yeah, you got it all. I think,
cool.
Yeah.
Let me switch this off.
Yep.
Cool. Any cool questions while I was looking at this. Let's have a look. Somebody gave me a super chat. Let's see what the question is. Thank you for being so open-minded, Paul. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Yeah, you're very welcome, and thank you. I appreciate you. Do you plan any other new coins on Pulse Chain Pulse? Not talking about copies of PF or PHEX.
Maybe. I mean, I think there should be a fork of Uniswap, and I think that it should have game mechanics similar to other things that tried to vampire attack it, like sushi, because people like this yield farming crap. So I think it would be smart to have something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. If it's too hard, like, I mean, that can happen whenever, basically, but like, it would be cool. Yeah.
Mr. Anderson is asking, Richard, will the snapshot be announced prior to it happening?
Yeah, it's not really a snapshot, it's a fork, but I guess it kind of is similar to snapshot. It will be announced before it happens, of course. I mean, you're going to have public testnet before then. You're going to have the totals from the sacrifice phase calculated, the points and all that. And then you're going to have working front ends for the testnet. And then and only then are you going to have a date announced for mainnet fork.
So Blockchain Time Traveler is asking, why do you censor the hard questions? I didn't censor anything, neither would Richard. Maybe somebody did a mod. But
what are the other hard questions?
Yeah, that's what I'm scrolling up to see.
Saying, here, hold on. Let me give you another hard question here. Hold on.
Let me find. Okay, Avalanche. Okay.
One was like, so you just call it sacrifice, but you're basically saying we can give this Richard Hart guy free money for no reason. Why not give it to me instead? I have an idea. Fuck off. Don't sacrifice any money. I don't give a shit. Who cares? Your money is not needed, bro. Keep it. If you want to support the political statement that free speech, or rather speech, is a valuable protected human right, and that blockchains are speech, go ahead and sacrifice your money. If you want to support medical research, go ahead and donate to Sens. Otherwise, fuck off. I don't care. Really easy. You can be mad that I'm successful. You can be mad I have $1 million of watches here. You can be mad I retired when I was 25 years old. You can be mad that I fucking traveled the whole world in a hotel for 5 years. You can be mad I have a big dick. You can be mad about a lot of shit if you want to be mad, kid. Or you could stop being a bitch and join Team Win.
Big dick, man.
Yeah, like just come join Team Win. Stop being a fucking poor shadow of me. Stop player hating and come be a winner. Go read my free self-help books. Go watch my free self-help videos. Go participate in my free coins, or fuck off and shut up. It's really your call. Because you ain't giving me free shit, boy. You ain't teaching me. I'm teaching you. I'm making your life better. I'm trying to save your fuck ass life. How about you show some respect?
Excellent. Answered. Okay, this question was answered before, but I'm going to do it again just because it's a cool way of asking. Richard mentioned before in a tweet, Ironman versus Hulk, who will win? Interesting to know what he thinks. You mean the comment? But before you said Hex is Ironman, or anyway, I'm not sure if it means
this model. I for some reason think that Hex is Iron Man and that Pulse is the Hulk for some reason, just because of the way the chat room's being. But I have no idea, man. Like, Hex is amazing. It's up 385,000% a year and a half with 100% flawless function in the trading, 100% flawless function in the up to the, like, everything is just amazing. The logo's better. I don't know. The brand name's better. Pulse Chain's kind of, I don't even like the name that much. But like Hex is perfect brand name, perfect logo. Pulse Chain is okay brand name, and Pulse logo, it's 83% is good. 84% is good maybe. So like, it's really hard to pick a winner here, man, because no one knows. So when people ask me how they should weight it, I just pull a number out of my butt and I'm like, look, you're going to get Hex on 2 chains. Maybe you could put a third into stakes and liquid or whatever you're doing. I like stakes, and then that'll get doubled, and then 2/3 sacrifice, and then maybe that works. But no one knows. No one knows whether Pulse is going to do better than Hex. It's not knowable. I just know that the chat room is got 20% bigger and it's been around 10 times less time, and then everyone gets it instantly. And people that hate Hex and publicly speak out about it are participating in the sacrifice phase. people, founders of other very old, very large cryptocurrencies have spoken to me on the phone and helped us with some tech things. Because it's real handy to have the founder of a coin on the phone when you're a developer, right? And then, they said, Hex wasn't as interesting, but Pulse Chain's really interesting. And so I think it has the ability to go viral a little easier than Hex has had the ability to go viral. Now look, Hex is turning around. You look at the price, it's going curving up. And from insane up, it's going more insane up. The number of users, if you go to etherscan.io and you type Hex into search and you look at the number of accounts, those are going up. If you look at people that used to talk crap, some of them are starting to be nice. And it's turning. Like, we might just be starting to see Hex going viral. But I mean, hey, the chat room is still growing faster in Pulse. And they're not bots, they're not bounty hunters, they're not fake users, these are real users. It's interesting.
My dog making some sound effects in the background. Here's an interesting question. Can you stake Phex?
Yeah. As a matter, it has the exact same identical code. Everything starts at the exact same state. So at the moment of the fork, Hex and Phex are identical system state. They have the same number of coins and the same number of addresses with the same number of stakes, with the same share rate. Everything's identical. Then at the fork, things can begin to diverge and people could choose to stake differently on the different networks. Some people might sell their eHex for Phex. Some people might sell their Phex for eHex. We have no idea what the market's going to do.
And Ikus is asking, why would any people want Hex when Phex will be cheaper to use?
I don't know. I respect what the market teaches me. I can't tell you what the market is going to do. We have to wait and see. I think it could be the case that things on Pulse become more valuable since it's the same code with lower fees and higher throughput. It could be the case. We will see.
My dog's getting a little edgy. Stop it, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that,
He
man.
wants to play, I bet.
He's just pissed off. He's not going to get more Doge.
All right. It's all good. Doge price isn't looking so good, man.
See,
The only
he's
thing
crying
going
about
up
it.
right now, Bitcoin's at half all-time highs. Ethereum's at half all-time highs. Hex is right near all-time highs. Hex is making new all-time highs where everything else dies.
What do you think is going to happen in the markets while you're talking about
I think Ethereum will dip down to the 200s, maybe 220, if that's maybe 300, maybe 220, something like that. And I think Bitcoin will go down to 10K.
Just my
was
dog
it
being
last
scared. My dog's making some crazy sound effect. Let me let him out. Bine mama. Let me
Take your time.
his mom. Bine mama sura. Anna. Dia, bine mama. Puni mama.
Will I get a copy of the ERC20 I have staked or put in a liquidity pool? Mostly, but if it gets harvested a little bit to make up for the ratios on the Pulse PRC20 pair, then you'll get a little bit less of it if you're in a liquidity provider, I guess, but then you'll be rewarded with more Pulse. So
My dog's
liquidity
saying-
providers are a little edge case.
My dog is saying FUD. He didn't like your answer about Doge.
Ready? Hold on a second. I want to get these more hard questions.
All right, man.
And always these hard questions for people that speak poor English, rarely have a profile photo, just appeared in chat. It's funny. Richard, if and only if Hex pulls the rug, you are the kind of person that would say, fuck off, I never told you I would. That is what's scart. I think he means scary. Hey, let's play this game. Let's play the thought experiment game.
Easy on the language.
Are you ready? I will try and be easy on the language. Thought experiment game. Apparently, I've been retired since 2003, and I was retired with 150 employee business that did 60 million a year in sales and traveled the world, and then mined full Bitcoin blocks on my own in the first quarter of 2011 and helped make the $30 top by buying the top and writing it down to 2, and have called the $20,000 Christmas, called the top, called the $65,000 top on the day. Apparently, my price predictions are amazing. Apparently, Hex has a $100 billion market cap. Apparently, there's hundreds of millions of dollars, about $400 million worth of cryptocurrency in the sacrifice address right now. So what part of this sounds like I need to fuck people over? What part of that sounds like that? You are speaking to a person that just raised $25 million for charity. You are speaking to a person that publishes free self-help books. You are speaking to a person who publishes free self-help videos, all for free. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Now, what's the opposite of a rug pull? Magic carpet ride. And since we're talking about fantasy, fan fiction, little theories that are in your little brain, what's the opposite of a rug pull? And what's the risk that you're assigning to that? What if one day some really rich guy decides just to moon it, to brag? How much risk are you assigning to that? Rug pull, dumbass. While you're holding your bags down 50% on everything else or more, we're going to the moon and killing it. All our metrics look amazing. Your chart looks doomed. Sorry for your loss. And as far as liquidity goes, why don't you go into Uniswap V2 and V3 and go look at those liquidity providers and go look at what other weird coins they might hold. And I will tell you, personally, me, I wouldn't have anything to do with most of those coins I see. So you might want to go learn who's actually providing liquidity. So it's all on chain. That's the beautiful thing about Hex. It's all on chain. You can see who bought, you can see who sold, you can see when, you can see how many other stakes they've got open, you can see when their stakes are coming out. It's the least bullshit volume, sorry for cursing. It's the most realistic and real trading volume in all of cryptocurrency. It is the most obvious and transparent trading in the history of cryptocurrency. I made Uniswap popular on my back. My product, Hex, which is finished and complete with no admin keys, was the majority of liquidity on Uniswap for months. Who do you think you're talking to? Go learn. Go to richardhart.com and learn who's speaking to you right now.
Yeah, by the way, if you're seeing Richard for the first time, go ahead and check out his channel on YouTube. You can see the links up here and here right now as we speak. Check it out. Listen to what he has to say. If you agree, you want to find out more, go ahead and subscribe. If not, no problem.
Now,
same thing goes for this channel. If you're in this channel from... Sorry?
I need to add something.
Please do.
I'm talking about magic carpet rides. I'm talking about modeling possible futures. You must have no expectation of profit from the work of others. Okay? Continue.
Cool. So yeah, go check out Richard Hart. Yeah, and if you like what you see, do the same thing goes to this channel. If you came from Richard Hart's channel over here, it's the first time you're seeing this channel. If you like me as a personality, if you think you want to listen to more things I have to say, if you agree with that, even if you can subscribe. Even if you don't agree, I'm subscribed to people I don't agree with. Why? Because I want a different perspective when it comes to trading, when it comes to different things. I listen to people I don't agree with many times, so I can check myself as well. Because there's confirmation bias going around, right? You're always looking for what agrees with your opinion. So check out the channel and see what he has to say. I actually believe that Richard contributed a lot to crypto. He's the best debater, hands down, on crypto. I mean, there's few people that can debate with him. And you will learn a lot. And he's old school. I mean, not old as in you're old, Richard,
old,
but old school as in
old.
you were one of the first. I mean, you were, or close to them. You can find his interview, by the way, and this might be a good time to plug my book, in The Crypto Factor. Peek into the minds of insiders and discover what it actually takes for you to succeed in the crypto sphere. We have Richard Hart in there, Andreas Antonopoulos, John McAfee. Richard Hart's volume number 2 that's coming out soon. I just remembered that we did the interview for one, but it's coming out. No, it was after one. We did the interview for part 2, but that should be coming out by the end of the year. Check it out. And if you want a chance to win a free copy now and then, maybe you want to subscribe to this channel. If you like, again, what we're talking about. Anyway, babbling too much. Please share this video, with one person that might get value out of this, and let them decide if Pulse is for them, if Hex is for them, if Richard is for them, if I'm for them, or whatever. But please share this video with at least one person or your social media. If there's one thing you could do for me, I'm seeing a lot of super chats. I appreciate them. Thank you. If you can share this video, Would really appreciate it.
The guy that asked the devil's advocate question said, thanks for answering. Respect. Thanks for thanking me. A lot of people, a lot of haters that come in and the questions they ask, they're not sincere about. They just want to cause harm.
Yeah, that's
every
usually
once
the
in a
case.
while you get a question that looks like a hater question, but it was a sincere one. Maybe that was one of the sincere ones. That's cool.
Yeah, we get a lot. In YouTube is a bit of a... And that was probably the wrong thing to do in the microphone. YouTube is a bit of a mess sometimes. We get a lot of haters, a lot of people. I get a lot of spite. I had people wishing I died of cancer, for example, which is crazy.
Bro,
because I
I've
don't
seen
like
it all.
Safemoon. or because something stupid like that. Like, come on, really? What else do we have here? R.I.P. John McAfee. Yeah. I like John. John was another thought leader and innovator in the world. You may not agree with him. You might think he was shilling coins, whatever, but he did bring a lot of people in crypto, and he had some opinions for you to think about. If you heard his talks, he made you think. I like John McAfee. I really did. I was a McAfee fan, right? And no, MC Paul D is not from John McAfee. It's MC Paul D. I used to actually be an MC. Just for people that ask me that all the time.
Bro, I'm getting pretty tired, man.
Yeah, man. I was about to say.
while.
I was about to say. That's what I was about to segue into the.
Sorry for cursing.
Sorry?
I curse a lot. I'm sorry.
That's okay, man.
One day
That's
I will
okay.
curse less. One day, maybe.
Richard, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate you.
Can we shill some stuff?
Please shill your stuff. And I just want to say one more thing before you shill it, though. You know, you didn't have to come to my channel when I had a few thousand subscribers on my other channel back in the day. You didn't have to come to the Crypto Factory when I started it. And you didn't have to come now. You came maybe 4 or 5 times on my channel. We talk. You answer my questions in Telegram sometimes. I just want to say I really appreciate you. And you did this. You came here before you even knew I had cancer. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I really do.
It's my pleasure, bro. It's my pleasure. Hey, I got to tell you, I like your questions. I like your interviews. I've had a great time every time I've been here. And when people ask me about my past, I send them a link to our interview that we did talking about my past, because we went into it and you asked all the great questions. And I think it's a great reference point to understand me. So if you're curious about my history and how I got started and where I grew up and what I did and my values and what I believe, go and watch Paul's. I guess it's on his other channel.
No, it's on the Crypto Factor now. I unlisted all those interviews. I didn't know you were sending people there. It's on this channel. Because I made a change. And this channel's
I'll
doing
check the
better.
link. Yeah, so if you go to t.me/hexcrypto and you type !Mark_past, it links to I guess the old video. I'll check the link. I'll probably forget to check the link.
It's on this channel though. If you put Richard Hart,
but I'll remember
you'll
it
find
at some
it.
point. Yeah, go to pulsechain.com, go to pulse.info, go to hex.com, go to t.me/hexcrypto, t.me/pulsechaincom, twitter.com/richardhartwin, and I do a lot of YouTube videos recently. youtube.com/richardhart. We are really changing the world for a better place. We're really funding medical research. We're really helping the environment. We are really doing everything we can to be great people. And I hope that everybody enjoys the world's largest airdrop with the largest quantity of free coins ever handed out. I hope it makes people happy.
I'm just going to put that link as well in the chat for people to find it.
All right.
It's right there. And of course, you can find Richard's information also down in the description and all over the screen right here. Again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for joining us. I appreciate you if it's the first time here, second time here, umpteenth time here. Doesn't really matter. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you, or we'll see you in our next video.
Later,
Bye-bye.
bro.
Take
Ciao,
care.
Man.